What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Today we are at the KCI Fishing Expo. Anything you want, boats, fishing rods, lures, anything you want for the fishing world. I'm going to leave a link right up here to other videos in this playlist. So stick around, I'm going to be bringing you individual videos on each of these booths. So depending on what you want, you can just skip to that video and see what you want. So if you're not able to come here because of the snow or whatever is going on this weekend, I'm bringing the videos to you. So anyways, let's dive right on into it.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats. From review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
Okay, so on this booth we got Greg Ferris, and he owns Trident Explorer WaterCraft. Now there's a product here that's been running across my Facebook page, and you've been annoying me with your sponsored ads. But it's an amazing product that we got here, and I'm about ready to show it to you, and I'm about ready to turn it over to you and let you explain this whole thing. We just went over all this, and I'm a little bit more excited than I should be because I don't like working when I go out and fish. As you guys know, I got a big old boat, big old motor. These don't have big motors, but they can have motors, and we're going to talk about that. So Greg, what do you got here?
Okay, so what you're looking at is the Trident Explorer. So the Trident Explorer has two very unique value propositions to it. The first of which being a very wide hull, so it's 48 inches wide. It still fits in the bed of your pickup, but with that width, it gives you excellent stability. So you can see there's three separate hull bodies that are going through the water, so you're not pushing a 48-inch wide hull through the water, so it decreases your drag. With that width, it gives you the stability to sit in this position here, where it's almost like I'm sitting in my living room. Very comfortable. I don't have my legs straight out like is common in a lot of kayaks. That stability also lets you flip the seat up out of your way, stand. Also lets you perch. So this is a really, really comfortable spot to be right here, especially if you want to pitch.
Yeah, now like we were talking, you can't flip like that if you're in a regular canoe. So you're up a lot higher, you get a lot more ground clearance, and you can really just maneuver everything a lot better and easier.
Right, even when you're seated, you're much higher off the water than if you were in a traditional kayak.
And let's talk about some storage options on here.
Yeah. So with the width of the boat, you have a ton of options for storage. So put your pliers in here, a beverage, some lures, cooler, Plano tackle boxes on either side. Put plastics in here, cooler cup, a couple rod holders.
You can just have a mess on this boat.
Yeah, you can. If you can't find a spot for your gear, you got too much gear.
Now, one crazy storage compartment on here. Would you mind showing me this front one?
Sure.
And this storage goes all the way to the back, or close?
So it's deep enough that you can put 7.5-foot long rods inside, along with the paddle for transport.
So, I think that this is the first personal WaterCraft. What did you say you termed this as?
A personal watercraft.
A personal watercraft. So I think that this is the first personal watercraft that I have seen that has a rod storage locker on it. The storage, the platform, the stability, everything that I've seen so far, I'm just tickled to death about it. And it takes a guy like this to come up with an idea that everybody should have had a long time ago, right?
Yeah, well, the world has a lot of kayaks right now.
Yeah.
And you notice there's these new companies from overseas entering the market, trying to undercut price, and it's the same thing, just price. And, that's one way to approach it. Our approach was to do something really unique and different and better.
Well, you've definitely done unique. Better would have to be tested out on the water, but just by looking at it, these are just as wide as, let's say, a bass buggy, except for you have a lot longer portion out front, which is actually going to give you more stability. 3 legs versus 2. This is running on 3, so it's going to be a lot more stable than that. You were talking about the foreign companies coming in and talking about price points. Is that something that we can talk about real quick on these?
Sure.
What are we looking at on a, do you have a base model, or are there different levels of your personal watercrafts?
Yeah, so the base model is right over here. So that's, the hull is fiberglass. So what you're seeing there is a gray gel coat. Now we can do custom color gel coats. This boat here is actually painted so we can have the metallic. You know, the mission here was to create something that's reminiscent of a personal bass boat. So,
Oh yeah, for sure,
This
yeah.
is a one-man Ranger right here.
Yeah, got to have the sparklies in it.
That's right. So the base model was $24.99 for that as you see it, and then this unit is $4,500.
So decked out. This is decked out, right?
This is decked out.
So everything that you see here running 45. I think that's a very reasonable price. I'm not in the market for them, so I can't really I can't tell you whether it's on point or not. But if I wanted I don't want a canoe, but if I wanted something, I would definitely use this over a kayak. I mean, the stability. I don't like being in kayaks because I've been tipped out of them. And so the fear is going to be there with me for the rest of my life. You know what? While it's on the TV right here, I just want to show this thing in action real quick. I mean, look at that. You cannot do, you can do that, but you can't fish like that. Look how high up he is. You can't fish like that in a normal canoe. Normal people don't stand up in a canoe either. So it's just a great product. The paddles even come off. I didn't know that. So you can self-paddle this or do it with your feet.
So yeah, if you were standing, you could.
You've got it all. You've got everything here. You've got a surfboard that you paddle, a little heavier than a surfboard, but you can do anything with this.
So people say that they're concerned that the motion, might be difficult to learn. The way I address that, when you see the video,
Yeah.
that's his first time on the boat, and that's no joke. That's his first time on that boat. So it's something that, especially if you have paddling experience, it's pretty natural. And just talk a little bit more about the paddling.
Yeah.
So what having the paddle on your feet does is you're completely hands-free. So you're hands-free without the complexity of a pedal drive that's hanging below the boat, so you're potentially going to get wrapped up in weeds and hit rocks with it.
And you don't have this laying on your lap.
You don't have to alternate between a paddle and fishing.
Yeah,
You're always fishing. So at the end of the day, you're going to get more casts in the water than somebody with a trolling motor, than somebody with a paddle, than somebody with a pedal drive. Because a pedal drive, it's steering based on forward motion and a rudder. So number one, you have to control the rudder with a lever of some sort, generally, or that can be connected to the foot pegs.
Now you mentioned motors, and it's something I found a little bit comical. You said that, okay, now she's done talking. One thing I found a little bit amusing is that you said that you were able to put a 2.5 horse gas motor on the back of this.
Yeah.
Please tell me about that.
All right, so recognizing the fact that this pedaling with your feet is awesome when you're fishing, but when you want to get to a spot, maybe you're fishing a big lake or in a river, you don't always want to paddle to get to your spot.
A continuous paddle, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it can be exhausting. By the time you get to your spot, you're already tired. So what we do is we have an integral transom on the back. So you can just clamp a trolling motor on this transom and control it from the side. If you're going to use an outboard motor, we have a swivel seat that's mounted to a pedestal. So it puts you in the same position as this, but you can turn and face the motor. If you're going to use an outboard, you have to turn and face the motor to use it.
Now, a quick question I have on that is the pedestal seat, this seat?
No, it's a different seat that mounts to the same system.
So will you lose your perching ability as you have on this?
Your trade-off is that you're trading off swiveling with getting the seat out of your way.
Okay.
So your seat, it doesn't stick out this far. This is kind of extra deep. So it does kind of encumber you as far as.
So it'll be more of a posturing seat over comfort.
Yeah.
And that's a fair trade-off. I mean, to have a motor and be a little uncomfortable, or work your butt off and be really comfortable. So
I don't know if it's comfort as much as the fact that if you're using a motor, you're probably less likely to stand and fish too. So it's there's a little bit of a a dichotomy there where that I think it makes sense.
I see that.
Yeah. So last thing I touch on is you'll see the wheels that are integrated.
Oh, thank you. It's the one thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and I've forgotten it this whole time. The wheels. The wheels on the boat go round and round. This is what really drew my attention, well, besides the shape. But the wheels is what drew my attention on all your sponsored Facebook posts that keep coming across. Let's talk about it.
All right. So one of the things that we saw when we went out and did observational research of kayak fishermen was that they would get to a lake and they would make 2-3 trips between their vehicle and the water to get the boat to the water, then take the wheels back to the truck or trolley, and then the rods out, and then the gear out. What we have here, you could set it next to your truck, put all of the gear just the way you see it. It's ready to fish right now. Paddle on one hand, boat in the other, walk the boat, take it to the water.
Look at that. That is just awesome. If you were to guess the weight up front, what are you holding on to right now?
It's about 150 pounds.
Well, as far as just the handle.
I guess they haven't really measured that. It's probably in the range of 40, 50 pounds.
Very reasonable then. You're not...
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, so that's what really drew my attention to the Trident Explorer WaterCraft is the wheels. And just a great overall product, great innovation in it.
Lots of adjustment too. You can move
Now, where can they find your products at?
Yeah, our website is adventuredesignswatercraft.com, and we have a Facebook page at Adventure Designs LLC. We also have an Instagram page that I can't remember the address.
That's all right.
I think it's Adventure Designs. That's it.
Yeah, we got to choose our names that come across. Is there anything else that you'd like to highlight on one of these?
Just that it's very customizable to each person. You can move the seat forward and aft on this track. You can change the angle of the seat. You can move the paddle to suit your comfort of your stroke, fore and aft. We can do customizations of the boat for you if you want to do something unique. We can either help you out with it, or we can...
As far as mounting, right?
Yeah, like putting gear tracks in and things like that.
Well, Greg, I really appreciate you walking me through this boat because it's one of the biggest reasons why I came to the show, honestly.
Wow.
It's because I wanted to see this. It's new, it's innovative. I haven't seen one. And just a great day to get out, and it's a fishing show, so we all want to be here.
That's right.
Greg, thanks for
it's always
talking about your product, and I'm really, really excited for you to see where you head off with this because it's a great product. If people just get out and want to try new things.
Yep.
Because I think that they would enjoy a more stable, just an all-around better product.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see it, and thanks for having me over.
Yeah, I really appreciate you.
All right. Guys, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just dream of fishing while I'm going through my workday. I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. And now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out there schooling.